Oh, what is up, my boys? It's time. The season's about to end. It's time for the postseason recap. Your boy played a lot of the season with tier limit, I'm not gonna lie. So most of these games I'm gonna sit here through are tier games. If you guys don't like that, I am sorry. But yeah, this season was kind of broken. So tier limit, was tier 0. Had to use it, had to run it. Feels bad. So now I'm just going to talk a little bit about the Banlist, talk a little bit about what's going to happen this next season, and yeah. I'm just going to put these games on in the background for now, and then I might talk about it a little later. For the Banlist, pretty much they're hitting tournament hard. Like Cyberstein is getting hit. Oh yeah, and these are just games in a row, by the way, so I'm sorry if some of them are literally just surrenders. These are just like, 8 games in a row that I won, something like that. So, yeah, they are hitting tier limit. They're hitting like, Cyberstein, for example. They're hitting terraforming, like all the support cards for tier limit, which is insane. They're hitting also the Shizu cards, which is a really big hit. So now a lot of the decks, consistency is gonna get hit. So out of already a lot of these cards that we've mentioned, Cyberstein, these cards have been hit, so the consistency for the deck is gonna go down quite a bit. I don't know if that means that I'll stop running it, but it is what it is. The deck is still very broken, especially since you can use cards like Diviner. So if you guys know what Diviner is, you can still search your Shizu names and send them to the graveyard. The Diviner is still a play for this deck. I also think that there's things like Foolish Burial that'll make this deck still relevant. However, speaking on the next season, there's just going to be Bestials added, so I'm sure you guys have heard all of this. But what I want you guys to know is it doesn't change anything about the deck. Essentially, we're still probably going to be running some version of a Shizu tier until Bestial comes out, and that's kind of how it is. Bestial will definitely nerf this deck. That's an unfortunate factor of it being included in the game, but it'll also add for different decks being viable. So finally, maybe we'll be outside of this tier 0 meta. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about this meta. This has definitely been one of the most consistently one-decked metas. I mean, even Branded Fusion had Sword Soul as like a side deck being played, but right now it's like all being tier limit. So I'm kind of glad that this ban list is coming out. Although I do wish it was happening while Bestials was being released. But yeah, you guys can see this deck is so broken. You can get out so many level 4s. And then you get your fusion summons almost consistently, so it's a pretty busted deck. I'll talk a little bit about the games if you guys are interested in seeing what the combos are like. But yeah, one last update. I'm gonna be on a trip for a little while, so I might not be posting as consistently for about the next 3 weeks. A little warning. I'm sorry if the consistency for the games goes down, but I will definitely try to be posting some of the last few games from the qualifier round, so you guys will be some of the high level games that got me to the regional qualifiers, or whatever you want to call it. Anyways, so this is like the first game that was over 1 turn long. I think that we were running a version with Diviner because we're ready to see what happens when Cyberstein is removed, and I'm letting you know Diviner is actually a really good play. You can use it to get into Baron Fleur, so instead of going Naderia, you just get a Baron de Fleur out, which is still pretty good in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, let me know what you guys think about this season, about what you're gonna do for the decks. This last season has definitely brought out some crazy tier hate, and I'm excited to see what people do now that hopefully this deck is a little less consistent. Sorry, I've been going slow. So we make a Rukalos. Rukalos is a monster negate. That's usually who you want to go into first turn. And then if you have Cyberstein in the graveyard, you almost always want to make Elf and go into Cyberstein. But in this game, I would have going into Baron because I wanted to show you guys what Baron play would look like. So once you send a Diviner card or an Ishizu card, you'd be able to make a level 10 play off of Diviner and 1 level 4. I just don't have Baron in my deck, so I threw a little bit, but that's kind of how you do it. You'd get Elf, you'd summon back Diviner, send an Ishizu name, any of them work. It'll make your diviner level 6, and then you can make a level 10 play off of that. That's the idea. We're going against the S-Force. The S-Force deck is kind of mid. I'm not gonna lie, he did not have much to do. If I had Baron out, this game would have been like, a joke, but we can summon back. So this is the nice part about Dark. He goes into all the Dark plays, but this is the thing. Beastial is going to shut off most of our Dark plays, most of the lineup plays. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens when Beastial is added. This deck might not be 0. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see. All right. So we're about halfway through. I'm just gonna speed run these games. I mean, you guys already know this deck is busted. You guys came here to watch the replays, please just tune me out and watch the games, because the games are pretty much how I won. I mean, I'm letting you know I'm not diamond, so I mean, this deck is not there yet. I haven't had the time to play, and I'm letting you know next season I probably won't be able to get to diamond either, but after that I will be back. I'll be able to make crazy amounts of videos, so hopefully once I'm back I'm gonna be talking about all the games that I got to play while I was gone on break. Yeah, we'll see. It should be a fun time. It should be a fun time. Especially once the new decks come out. I'm really hoping that they add some more Labyrinth cards. That's what I'm waiting for personally. I don't know about everyone else, but they said that we were gonna add that in April, and it's deep into May. It's kind of unfortunate. Why didn't they hit Fairy Tail Snow too? Fairy Tail Snow is pretty busted in this deck. So you guys have already seen this play pretty much. I make a level 4 play. I make Cyberstein. And Cyberstein makes Nataria. This is usually the end board that we go for, by the way. So this Time Thief is just like an extender. So if you search for somehow get a spell or trap, you'd be able to play off of their cards. Nataria is a really nice extender too, because it sends a card to the graveyard so you can fusion summon. And then Diviner is also a nice play if you have the Elder Entity inside of your extra deck. You can use it as a kind of a way to destroy a monster if you're scared of their attack. Yeah, that's the deck. That's pretty busted, huh? I understand why they nerfed it. I'm sure that they'll nerf Diviner if this deck still is popular. So try to keep Diviner under wraps until you guys are getting the diamond with job. I might have to make a deck list. A post-ban deck list and try it out a little bit. Maybe make a video or 2 on it. We'll see. It's just so annoying, bro. This deck is crazy annoying. Alright, boys. How many more games do we at? We got 2 more. Yeah, I lost a couple games in a row, I won't lie. 2 more games out of the win streak that I'll show, and then yeah. So if you guys have any recommendations on like what you want to see, what decks you want to see that I've run so far, and how you can improve them, I could probably find some better ways to play some of the decks that I used to play. There have been changes in a lot of the decks, so like for example, Sprite has Melfi now, so I could even do that. Although if you guys know, Sprite Blue got a nerf, which is crazy. Sprite Blue's down. Oh, this game, I remember this game. Okay, so this is the last thing I want to say about Ishizu. Last little hint, Dugaris is really good as an extender, so if you can make a level 4 play, which it might be harder now after the Banlist, but if you can make a level 4 play and you're out of your tier names, then you can go into Dugaris. Dugaris will let you get 2 more cards and then send a card, so I was able to send Celiac, and that starts full combo off. So it's kind of the idea of Dugaris. You can use it to extend a lot of your play. Keep that card in mind. And you guys, if you guys noticed, that was all off of Dugaris. So this whole combo is gonna happen because you got that 1 card off. And then we would have been able to fusion summon. So I'm not even gonna go into detail on how it was won. It's just clicking yes, fusion summon, and then making sure you have 3 tier names. I'm not gonna. Yeah, Yeah, so Cyberstein, I can't wait for that card to get nerfed, to be honest. Have you guys seen those Cyberstein OTK decks? Those are annoying to go against in first turn. Oh, I think this guy just surrendered 2 after this. This is crazy. Oh no, he didn't. He didn't. The real good. Turns me. Oh yeah, I remember this game. This was satisfying to do. Probably not fun to watch for the opponent. He ashes. Well, we ash the next C. He burns us, and then he adds damage to his monsters. Playing some weird tech. Assessment. Word soul assessment. And he's playing the Abyss Dragon. He's negated. I don't know what he's doing. This fusion summons when we got to send the filament names to fusion summon with it. Anytime I have Merly in hand, I add Scream with Kit Callus, because this right here is a mill 11. Having Merly on the field, Scream on the field, and Kit Callus sent to the graveyard is a mill 11, which is so good. I've not almost consistently, but most games I can mill at least, well, like consistently I can almost mill 11 cards every game, or have 11 cards left in the deck rather. Sorry. Which is pretty busted, and that will lead into the Cyberstein. So the Cyberstein gets sent so early, like he's already in there, and then I can just go into a full Cyberstein play. So now we have spin back protection, we have a monster negate, we have a summon, we have a mill 3 on summon, we have an Omni spell trap negate, and then we have these Shizu names in the graveyard. So this is why, I mean, if we weren't able to do this kind of stuff, then yeah, I could see this deck maybe losing gas, but. Once those cards get nerfed, hopefully the opponent will be able to play more, because yeah, the Shizu cards in the graveyard make it unplayable. Yeah, I think that was it. If I'm not mistaken. I guess I can show this game if it was a 4-turn game. But yeah, that was pretty much it. If you guys, so just to recap everything that I've said, I'm not going to be streaming as much, but I'll try to keep it going semi-consistently until I get back on break. Ooh, this is not the right deck. Fuck it. If you guys stay here, you get a bonus Labyrinth game that wasn't very good. I remember this game. So, yeah, just bonus, brief recap, we're going to be posting a little less, but once I come back, it'll be crazy amounts of videos from all the games that I've done on break. Yeah, and also the ban list was crazy. It's not going to stop us from playing tier. So once tier limit is officially gone from Bestials, like once Bestials makes tier limit no longer a deck, we might be running back into our Labyrinth deck, because guess what, boys? Our card, the one that searches the field spell, what's it called? I forget, it's off the top of my head now, but the card that searches the field spell is gone. So it's gone up to 2, so now we are able to use field spell, or search the field spell very easily, very effective. And also we can trap trick it, for example. Now that it's at 2, we can use it in decks and trap trick it. So that's the idea. Those are the replays. That's the kind of the basics of what's gonna happen this season. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want more explanations on the games, let me know. Yeah, GG's, adios. Good luck, have fun for the next month. Good luck with Bestials. I'll be back soon. Adios, boys.